Stocks are lower, rates are higher again. As I speak to you right now, we've got the NASDAQ down 1.35%, the Russell down 0.72%, the S&P down 0.68%, and the Dow down 0.21%. China GDP figures and retail sales figures disappointed, coming in weaker than expected, and UK inflation data disappointed, coming in stronger than expected. US retail sales also stronger than expected, and boosted Treasury yields after the release of that retail sales data hit the stock market over the few minutes after the release, and it's accelerated a little bit since then. As I speak to you right now, the 2-year yield is now up 12 basis points, 434. 5-year is at 402. That's up 7 basis points. The 10-year is at 411. That's up 4 basis points. And the 30-year 434 up 4 basis points, and that 2s10s inversion after settling at negative 15 yesterday is back to negative 23. We had an OPEC report come out last night, this morning, whichever way you want to look at it. And it was a bit bearish of a report in terms of crude prices, which is kind of out of the ordinary for OPEC. WTI crude is down a little over 1% right now. A lot of the sort of rhetoric that came out of the report talked about demand kind of dropping off and production from competing countries that are not in OPEC continuing to rise somewhere in the range of 1.8 million barrels next year. So OPEC, which usually talks bullish in terms of price, kind of changed their tune a little bit. That's something to keep an eye on. This afternoon, we get the Fed's Beige Book. That's a report actually conceived and written by Fed economists, so you want to pay attention to that. Looking ahead, today we get speeches by Eugene Woods from the Richmond Fed, Fed Vice Chair for Supervision Michael Barr, Fed Governor Michelle Bowman, New York Fed President John Williams, and as I mentioned, we get the Beige Book. On the earnings front today after the close, we get 6 companies with market caps over $1 billion, including oil and gas supplying giant Kinder Morgan, Discover Financial Services, and Wintrust Financial. Tomorrow before the open, we get 11 companies, including Taiwan Semiconductor, Fastenal, Birkenstock, and more large regional banks. Data tonight: Japanese machine orders and industrial production, China's foreign direct investment figures. Tomorrow in the US, housing starts, jobless claims, Philly Fed, and then tomorrow night, the Japan inflation data.